UFC Fight Night, Blaydes versus Aspinall, early quick pick prediction. It's going to be a pretty good card. We're going to go through it as fast as we possibly can. First fight, Leavitt Klein and Mason Jones at lightweight, 27 years old for both. A little bit of height going Mason Jones, a little bit better kicker, Mason better boxer, but can mix in some wrestling and grappling. It's close. It is close. I'll go Mason Jones slightly to win the fight. 29-28 decision. Nicholas Dalby, Claudio Silva, wrestler versus grappler. Two guys a little bit older, but I think Nicholas Dalby keeps that range, stays at range on Claudio Silva, and wins the fight on the judges' scorecards by a decision. Mandy Bohm, Victoria Leonardo. This is a tough one. Victoria on a 2-fight losing streak to Melissa Gatto with a broken arm, then Mano Fioro right there. We'll go Mandy Bohm on that one. There's a possibility for a finish. I think Victoria Leonardo's been finished a lot in her UFC career and outside the UFC. Mandy Bohm isn't really the finishing type, so I would like to say a finish. I think there's a good shot about it, but, I'll go Mandy Bohm decision there as well. Possible finish on that one. Jai Herbert, Kyle Nelson. We'll go Jai Herbert by TKO or knockout. Kyle doesn't have really the best chin. Got knocked out by Diego Ferreira. Got submitted by Matt Sales. Knocked out by Billy Corantillo. He's kind of like a knocked out or get the knockout fighter. And Jai Herbert's power looked amazing in his last fight with Ilia Topuria. We'll go Jai Herbert KO. Muhammad Mokaev, Charles Johnson. Now this is very, very interesting. This is a tough one because Charles is a good striker. He's tall, he's rangy and things like that. He's going to be taller and lengthier than Muhammad Mokaev. Wrestling and grappling wise, Mokaev does have the advantage. Johnson has the height and reach and things like that. He's not a guy that gets finished. I mean, Brandon Royval, top UFC flyweight contender, could not finish him. So I'd like to see Mokaev by finish because that would really build the popularity of Muhammad Mokaev. I know a lot of people got him by submission, but, if Brandon Royval wasn't able to get the submission, I don't really think Mokaev would be able to. It could prove me wrong there. But I'm going to lean towards the decision on that one. I hope we see a finish, but I'll go Mokaev decision. Makwan Amirkhani, Jonathan Pearce. That's a tough one. Lerone Murphy with a knee. Pearce got a lot of ground and pound and submission wins in his career. Things like that. Gets knocked out. Submission win. Submission win. This is a tough one. This is a very, very tough one. Striking's pretty even. Grappling goes Makwan. Ground and pound and wrestling goes Jonathan Pearce. We'll go Jonathan Pearce, ground and pound at TKO, second or third round. After Makwan goes for some sort of leg lock or something like that, goes for some sort of choke, gets a little bit tired and then gets ground and pounded a little bit there. Nathaniel Wood, Charles Rosa. Charles, I don't even remember the last time this man's been finished or had a finish in any of his fights. Nathaniel's a much better striker. Pretty self-explanatory. Nathaniel Wood by a unanimous decision. Mark Diakiese, I think he's better everywhere, honestly. He should be a pretty big favorite. We'll go Mark. That's tough, because Damir Hadzovic, I don't think he gets finished too often, He got knocked out one time by Mairbek Taisumov. That's about it. Mark Diakiese, a lot of decision wins and things like that. We'll go with decision win. I mean, he's a tough guy to put away, and Mark doesn't have really the most finishes in the UFC, so we'll go Mark Diakiese by decision. Main card predictions now. Paul Craig, Volkan Oezdemir. It's a 50-50 fight. It's either Volkan by knockout or Paul Craig by submission. I know a lot of you Paul Craig fans in the comments are going to come at me, but I'm going to go Volkan Oezdemir, ground and pound TKO. Nikita Krylov did very good on that, but I think Volkan's a little bit better has better submission defense, and he's better on the feet. Think he'll be smarter with his game plan. And TKO Paula Craig. Molly McCann, Hannah Goldy. You know what? I'm going 30-26. Unanimous decision for Molly. I think she wins every round with a 10-8 in one of them. Possible finish. Molly McCann domination. Nikita Krylov, Alexander Gustafsson. I'm going to go Nikita Krylov by decision. I think he mainly takes the fight down, wrestles and grapples and things like that. Wins the fights. But, Gustafsson's got a good chance. Patty versus Jordan. I think Patty defends the takedowns, and I think we see 3 rounds of striking. Patty by 29-28. Chris Curtis. We did a more in-depth prediction on this one. You guys can go check it out. But I do have the action man, Chris Curtis, by decision. Then you have strikes, defensive takedowns, and wins. Aspinall versus Blaydes. You know what? I'm gonna go Aspinall. Submission or knockout, man? Submission or knockout? I was originally going decision, but I think we'll see a late stoppage here. I think I'm gonna go Aspinall ground and pound TKO. No. I'm gonna go Aspinall submission. That's a tough one. It could be submission, it could be knockout. I'm gonna go Aspinall by submission right there. Not confident. It could be a TKO for sure. But those are the early prediction. I got Tom Aspinall. I got Chris Curtis winning, Paddy Pimblett, Nikita Krylov, Molly McCann, Volkan, Uzdemir, Mark Diakiese, Nathaniel Wood, Jonathan Pearce, Mohamed Mokaev, Jai Herbert, Mandy Bohm, Nicholas Dalby, Mason Jones. I don't think this is an underdog card at all. I think this card is really catered to a lot of the guys that they want to win. Like the English-born type of fighters on this card. But yeah, I think it's going to be mainly a favorite type of card. So I think I might have one underdog. I can't remember if she was. No, she's still a slight favorite right there. So yeah, Mandy Bohm. I don't think I have any underdogs in the card. This is not an underdog card by any means whatsoever. But yeah, those are the predictions. Put your predictions down below. UFC Fight Night Blaydes versus Aspinall. Quick picks. Like, subscribe. We'll see you in the next one.